Hi folks, welcome back to my channel again. So as I discussed in earlier video regarding the incident management, so wherein I have discussed all the features and functionality available in the incident management, and also I explained how the incident handled and what is the tools and what is the severity, classifications, categories, and SLA process, and how the L1 and L2 are work on the incident. So in this video I'll discuss about the problem management. So problem management is a process which is responsible to manage the life cycle of all problems, right? Which means problem management seeks to minimize the adverse impact of the incident and related to all the incident which came to the team and find a permanent fix. So now discuss in the details. So when there are many incidents with the similar issue arise, then customer of course looking forward to a permanent solution. So the team, that is technical team, here I would say L2 team, analyze the issue because this type of issue would require the permanent solution. So problem means that when we have many incidents are coming and there is no permanent solution, so that means that problem came into the effect. So as defined the problem management, there is a problem manager who actually play a key role here. He makes sure how many incidents are coming with the same issue, and since when the issue is being reported by the L1 team, and what was the frequency and how many users are being reported these incidents. So that is very important thing. And moreover the problem manager coordinate with incident manager to get all the details related to the incident ID, type of issue, classification and category, because in problem management of course there will be a permanent solution. So there are two type of issues that being considered in the problem management. First is a known issue. See, when we say the knowledge issue, which means that this issue has been arise earlier in the past. So how the team identify it? There are a repository system in the ticket management tool where we define every problem management into PBI, that we call problem investigation number. So in this PBI we mention the PBI number as well as the problem name. So there is a proper document wherein having all the information, what was the issue, what was the description of issue in details, and what was the workaround that being given earlier, and what was the permanent solutions. So this type of document maintained by the problem manager. So let's move to the topic no known issue. So when team identify that issue already being registered earlier, so they get all the details like what was the remedy at that time, and where where was the issue actually? Was it in application issue? What is something related to database issue? So here team actually segregate the problem in category wise. So here I would like to mention my experience which I faced in my last organization, wherein I receive 10 incident in a day, right? And it was a 7 issue, because lot many customers have reported it, and at that time because it was a severity one, so I was giving them a route of workaround. But in parallel I was aware that workaround will not go last long, and then what I have decided, I have quickly involved the problem manager and discuss the issue, where it is stucking, what is the bottleneck. And at that time incident manager quickly start and assigning this issue to the team, and they have started their investigation. So I was aware that because it was a not permanent solution, workaround of course. So I requested to the customer that give me some timeline, because I will mark it into the problem segment, and where I will provide you detailed explanation with root cause analysis. So I was able to achieve within the SLA, and that I have shared with the customer, and got of course the satisfactions from the customer. So here what I mean to say, that sometime when we find it is a known issue, but it's not mandatory that the methodology and the tool and analysis that we applied at that time will work here, because it's not fixed that of course in the known issue perspective the issue can be same, but the analysis, the troubleshooting and impact would be different. So of course it will great help, because if it is a non-issue, initially we will apply some same step that we had applied earlier, but if it didn't help, of course we will go to some new approach to get it resolved. And in known issue there is one advantage, that of course the duration of fix would be less compared to the unknown issue. So talking about the unknown issue is similar like known issue, means all the pattern are same, but here we don't know what will be the approach to fix it sooner. But of course methodology will be same, and it has been decided in advance that of course we would not provide any timeline, but we'll try our best to resolve within the SLA. So unknown issue of course would require replication sometime. So here I would like to mention why replication is required, because we know we cannot play around the customer live data. So at that time we requested to the customer to provide DB backup, because it's mandatory when we want to go for the replication. So once the database has been stored, we check if we are able to replicate the issue. If we are able to replicate issue, then we will try to find where it is stucking. Sometimes it required code debugging. Sometimes, of course, we required Google, of course, Harlog. So here I am not saying in every issue the helping tool will help us to fix the issue. Sometimes, of course, we apply and we implement new methodology which help to fix the issue. And for the root cause, for the unknown issue, it actually help team to get all the relevant information. So here one thing is very important. Let's say if there is no way, the team is not finding any way to get the root cause analysis. In that case, we involve the team, that is research and development team, to check the code in the details and find out the solution. Okay, so in the problem management, we covered all the life cycle, and of course there are some preventive things that should be followed while making the PBI. And in the PBI, team discuss with the PBI number with the problem manager, and problem manager, of course, need all the documents, PBI number, and a standard template that we communicate to the customer. So when the final solutions has been applied, the problem record should be formally closed. And here one thing is very important. Before closing it, we have to take the approval from the customer, because in every stages, customer review the documents and give their feedback if the customer is happy with that solution or not. If, let's say, if he is not happy with the solution, he would definitely send back and give the feedback why he is not satisfied with the root cause. And all in all, I would say the problem management is more about to fixing the issue in permanent, whether we receive a permanent fix, hot fix from the team which applied into the productions. But of course, it doesn't matter if the problem is known or unknown, but the permanent solution will be provided to the customer. And sometime when the problem would take time, it actually makes sense to the customer that due to the vast issue, it will take time. So there is a SLA breach for the issue which actually need root cause analysis, but it's understandable by the customer. So here is the process of problem management. I hope you people will enjoy. So in my next video, I will explain you the change management process, and I wish all the best for this video. Thank you, and keep watching me. Bye bye.